Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day. Now I'm starting off this video with just a little bit of info on how I'm eating and why I'm eating that way. And this is just because I do get a lot of comments and questions about particularly my protein intake and my carb intake and all of that. So if you noticed that you've noticed probably over the last year was when I kind of started trying to eat more protein forward, more high protein, which it's not, if you look at what I eat and how much protein I eat, it's really not like super high protein compared to people who, other maybe people on YouTube or TikTok or all of them where they're also working out like crazy and eating, 180 to 200 grams of protein a day. No, I don't work out, so that would not be beneficial for me. But if you noticed over the last years when I've kind of changed how I'm eating, and that has to do with when I started hitting perimenopause. So when I went and saw my doctor about the menopause symptoms and how I was doing, one of the things that he said was you may need to change your diet up a little bit. Now, you guys know I already have issues with my thyroid. I've been taking medication for like 15 years. So, it's not a new thing, but also for those of you who also have hypothyroidism, you know that even when you're on medication, your symptoms don't go 100% away. It's a hormonal thing. There's not really much. Sometimes maybe if you're lucky you do, but with mine, no, my symptoms do not go 100% away. And some of the things that I still suffer from, even being on my thyroid medication, is I'm really sleepy really easily and cold. But the coldness really has gone away since I hit menopause, or hit perimenopause in the process of menopause. Which that's like one thing I have to say that is nice, because I used to be freezing cold all the time, just even if my thyroid was showing in like normal levels, So, anyway, when I saw my doctor, he did say that there's certain nutrients, macro and micronutrients, that I need to look at as a menopausal woman. And those things are, like some of the smaller things, some of the more, the more micronutrients, fiber, which is good for women in general. Make sure you are eating enough fiber. And then like calcium, because your body, when you start going in through menopause, for women, you start losing bone density. So it is really, really important that we're getting extra calcium, whether that's from food or if you need to take a supplement, which I need to take a supplement because I don't drink milk. I don't like milk. So I do get mine from cottage cheese and yogurt and things like that, and certain vegetables will have, fruits and vegetables have calcium as well. So the calcium was the big thing. Then he also said like fiber and just some of your things like potassium and things like that, which he said naturally by doing a few things, you can increase those things. But also he said eating, more protein. And he said, really that's to keep your hunger at bay, also to help with your being sleepy, because having that extra protein helps. And also apparently when you are going through menopause, you start to lose muscle mass. And if you are not somebody who is working out regularly, we're working out like with weights, like I do walking and ride my bike, but that's not, strength training. And so if I'm not regularly strength training, I need to increase my protein, or else, you lose that muscle mass. So, but you don't want too much protein, because something that, a lot of people may not know or tell you, which I guess I didn't know until my doctor told me, is that too much protein will actually, your body will act, if you're not using it, if you're not using that protein in the sense of like working out, if you're not using that protein, your body is going to store that protein as fat. And then you're kind of doing worse for your body when you're trying to do better for your body. You know, you think, oh, so that is something you have to take into consideration if you're a person that is trying to eat more protein because you're seeing other people eating more protein, but you're not actually looking at how much you're eating. You're just trying to get that protein in, but you're not really have a goal set. So my doctor suggested that, I guess apparently the recommended in general for just the everyday person is to have about 30% of your calories be from protein. And there is like a calculation you can do per your body weight and all of that. But just the good guide, I guess, is like around, well, I think it just depends on the person, but I think they say around 20 to 30%. And then if you are menopausal or you work out rigorously, I mean, I don't know since I don't work out rigorously, I did not ask, that percentage. But because of where I am in my life, he suggested I try to eat about 35% of my day in protein. 35% of my calories, I should say. And he also said, though, that needs to come from, it doesn't matter the sources it's coming from, because obviously if you're only eating supplements, then it's going to also be processed food, which, I mean, yes, shakes, protein bars, all those are processed food. And that is something that you guys know I try to watch. I don't completely say, obviously, that I'm not going to eat processed food, because I do. But if you notice, though, I don't typically have, unless it's just one of those days, we all have those days where we're just busy and we can't, if you work, I mean, I work outside the home, as you guys know. So if those days you're just super busy, and sometimes you just grab a protein bar and you already had a protein coffee or you already had a protein shake. And it is what it is. But if you notice, if you watch my channel, you will see that I try not to have more than 2 supplements a day. So sometimes it'll be a protein coffee. Well, always is a protein coffee. And then later on in the day, it may be a protein shake. I'll have like a smoothie, or I will have a protein bar, that kind of thing. Or I'll have like a protein yogurt bowl. So I try to keep it, as you guys can see, I don't, have like protein powder throughout the day. I don't have all these things throughout the day. And that's because he said one way that you can limit your processed foods is to keep your protein supplements to under 2 a day. So the rest of the protein needs to come from good sources. So like beans and, eggs and Greek yogurt. If you eat fish, which I don't, but if you eat like seafood is, really good. So just good, quality protein. So you guys know the rest of my protein will come from beans and typically chicken or lean ground beef, things like that. So mine are always, that's just the best kind, because that's what your body is not going to. Also, if you eat really fatty meat, which it's totally up to you, whatever kind of diet you're on. But for me, I feel like if I eat really fatty meat, then it's just going to store the fat. I try to have my fat, and that's the other thing is fat. Like he said, he likes to say a low fat diet, but what he means by that is that the fat that I consume should be from more healthy fat. So like, again, if you eat fish, flax seeds, avocados, olive oils, just the good kind of fat. That's not going to be stored in your body in the same way. And it's going to help with because apparently fat will also help with your menopause symptoms, just because your body will be absorbing all those nutrients. And one of the nutrients that your body, again, depletes is calcium, and like the omega-3s, which a lot of good fatty sources are also high in omega-3. So like I was talking about, like chia seeds and flax seeds and avocados and fatty fish are all good in the omega-3s, which your body is lacking when you go into menopause. So, when I label my videos like high protein, it's not really high protein. You guys know I try to keep it around. Now, sometimes I do get higher protein. It's just maybe I was hungrier that day. If you guys notice, on those days that I'm higher protein, my calories also tend to be higher. And that's just because I was hungrier that day. So maybe I ate more chicken than I normally eat. And chicken, as you guys know, like chicken breast is really high in protein. So when I'm eating, you know, a good amount of chicken a day, like if I eat around 4 ounces, you know, in a meal, you're looking at 35 grams of protein. So, but it's coming from a good high quality source. So I'm not just shoving like protein in my body. Do I like some of the protein snacks and stuff? Yes, definitely. And I will, again, like I said, maybe something I will enjoy, you know, occasionally. I like to put that Catalina Crunch on my yogurt, you know, things like that. But again, I'm not having just a whole bunch. So just trying to keep it to, again, like I said, like high quality type protein, high quality fats, also whole grains. So I'm also, he tells me, don't be afraid to like eat carbs, which I'm not. But for somebody who in the past has eaten low carb, keto, all of that, you know, in the past, it is kind of hard sometimes to let myself kind of eat the carbs, but I do limit myself just because, again, I know my body, and I know my body seems to really convert carbs to sugar very easily, which will make my blood sugar spike, and then I don't lose weight. So I do try to keep and I don't count net carbs, I just count total carbs. And so I do try to keep it around 25 to 30% of my day. So, which is typically around 100 to 110 grams a day in carbs. And then the rest is fat. So if I try to keep around 35% of my day in protein, 25 to 30 in carbs, and then the rest is in fat. So that's just kind of how I do it, and it seems to work well. I mean, like I said, it's not, you do have to be careful with the protein. So if you are out there, and again, also it can be hard on your kidneys. So if you're not someone, again, like me that, as you guys know, I do regularly get my blood work checked. And one of the things my doctor likes to check every year is my kidney and liver functions. He is very, very diligent about that. It's very important to him. And my kidneys and my liver have all been very, very good every time. So I have never, ever had issues with either one of them, even when I was doing low carb and keto and tend to eat really a lot of protein. My kidney function and my liver function was good. But as I get older, I do worry about that. And being, you know, kind of rather sedentary besides doing the walking on my treadmill and the bicycle, I do want to watch it, you know, because my body's just different now. Being through menopause is just different. So I'm just really trying to focus on getting, you know, the healthy dairy to help with the calcium, eating more fruits and vegetables, because again, those all have things in their minerals and antioxidants and vitamins, and all of that, you know, should really take up a good majority of your plate each day. Adding, like I said, the healthy dairy, whole grains, and you don't have to eat a whole bunch of them. Like I typically, like when I have like brown rice or whole grain rice, as you guys know, like I don't eat a cup of it. I will typically do a half a cup, because a cup of rice is actually a lot when you're adding it with the rest of your meal. I mean, it just feels like a lot. So I don't, you know, eat a whole bunch of that. And like I said, just limiting my processed foods. But again, you know, I'm not going to say I'm going to eliminate them, but I don't eat a whole lot of them, as you guys know. And I'm just really trying to be more active. And that's when I started adding the treadmill and adding the bike. And I'm really trying to be more active. I try to listen to my watch when it tells me you need to stand up and move around, because I work a desk job and I'm in front of that desk between 8 to 10 hours a day. And I do work outside the home, so it's not like I can, you know, make myself get up and do a load of laundry or anything. Like I am very limited what I can do at the office, you know, so I just try to get up and walk around the building a little bit. just to kind of stretch my legs. So I do try to listen to my watch when it tells me to do that. So anyway, that's just kind of wanted to give you guys a little update and just saying that, yeah, you do definitely need to be careful when you're watching YouTube and stuff and you're hearing what people are doing. I always tell you, see your doctor, ask your doctor, see what your doctor would say. It is very important to get a primary care provider if you can. I never saw the importance of that until actually I kind of fell into it because I needed a doctor for my thyroid, where before, I probably never would have had a regular doctor if it wasn't for my thyroid. But now I see the advantage of it, and my doctor will just, by going and seeing him every year for just an annual wellness visit, it's really just an opportunity to talk to him. He usually just wants to know, is there anything on your mind? Is there anything you're going through? How are you feeling? And he will talk to me about it. And it is very nice to have somebody who will talk to you and be kind of impartial, but give you, the straight, it's like, okay, here's what you should do. Here's what you shouldn't do. This is what you're maybe doing wrong, but also running those tests every year and all of that. So, and if you feel like your doctor is somebody that's not giving you good information or you just don't trust what they're saying, then you may just need to find somebody who will listen to you also, because your doctor should also listen to you. It shouldn't just be a one-sided thing, because if, just like with my menopause stuff, I've had a lot of people tell me they went to their doctor with concerns about going through perimenopause, and the doctors would tell them, you're too young. You're not going through that. There is no such thing. And I am so glad when I went and talked to my doctor about it this last year, he was just like, yep, that's definitely what it sounds like. And he gave me some options, talked to me about all these things, told me about some natural, supplements to take. And all of that has been, if I am right on, everything goes well. But it's also not a cure, because this is obviously hormonal thing that our body is going through. But I just, want to say, it's just like, just be careful with things, because you can do damage to your body if you're not doing it correctly. So just be careful taking advice. And I'm saying that as a person who shows you what I eat on the internet. I am that one of those people. So I don't want you to think that because I'm eating this way, you should be eating this way. Everybody is a different weight. Everybody is a different height. Everybody's in a different age. You may be pushing 50 like me, but you're not going through perimenopause. So your body's nutrient needs may be different than mine. But I do like to show just different food ideas and just how I'm eating and how it's working for me. And for the most part, as you guys know, most of my symptoms are gone. But there are weeks that I have really bad ones. Alrighty, so for breakfast, I'm gonna have one of these 100-calorie multi-grain English muffins, which these have a good amount of healthy grains. And with that, I have some avocado, which is a good amount of healthy fat, with some onion salt and red pepper flakes. Then I have 2 hard-boiled eggs again, which is good protein and fat. And then we have a sliced up peach to have a little bit extra fiber and to have a little bit of fruit for my morning. So that is my breakfast. And then for snacks, I'm bringing some carrots and some hummus. So hummus is made out of chickpeas, if you did not know. So this gives you a good amount of fiber, protein, and it does have some healthy fats in it. So this is the mango jalapeno. I've not tried this yet, so I'll let you know what I think. And then I'm bringing an Olipop, which is a prebiotic soda, which again gives you a good amount of fiber. And this is the orange squeeze. In my protein supplement, first one for the day is going to be the Pure Protein Vanilla Milkshake for my protein coffee. So this is just cold brew coffee and my shake. And I have to make a new I drained my protein coffee, so I have to make a new one of those. I'll have to try to do it at lunchtime or tonight when I get off work. But now I have to head off to work. Hey guys, so it is lunchtime. So as some of you know, we just got back from vacation Saturday night. We came back. We decided to drive Saturday evening rather than Sunday morning because of traffic and whatnot, which was a great decision, by the way. I kind of overdid it, and my knee, I could barely walk on it at all yesterday, and today it's still a little iffy. So I'm just being very careful. So yesterday I did not do any grocery shopping. I just did a very small, quick grocery pickup. And then next weekend I have to leave for a work trip and travel for 3 days. So I won't be doing grocery shopping next week either. So I didn't want to get a whole lot in the house since I'm going to be thinking the next couple weeks is just going to be a little crazy, or last week and then next week. Then that's it. That's it for the traveling. So I should be back to normal. But we had a really good time. I'll give you guys some updates on that during my chatty vlog that I'll probably film on Thursday and Friday and through the week when I'm traveling. So I decided just to do something simple. Picked up some salad kits from Walmart and just decided I'll just do salads for lunches, probably some dinners, whatever. So I picked up some ones I never tried before. So I got the cherry almond gorgonzola. Never tried that. It sounds fabulous. I did the Cajun ranch. This one has crispy jalapenos and red peppers, cheddar cheese, and then a creamy blackened Cajun dressing. The gorgonzola has green cabbage, green leaf lettuce, kale, red cabbage, carrots, green onions, dried cherries, garlic croutons, almonds with a creamy gorgonzola dressing. And then I got the kale pecan cranberry. So this has kale, dried cranberries, pecans, and Dijon mustard. I'll either pair it with this one, the Parmesan garlic, depending on which one I choose, or just the regular Real Good chicken nuggets, which I think that's what I'm going to do because the Parmesan garlic doesn't seem like it'll go with any of these. So I think I'm just going to grab the regular Real Good chicken nuggets, the breaded ones, lightly breaded ones. I think I'm going to do those ones and save this for like a dinner or something like that I do with rice. Again, going to be very, very simple this week. Tonight, I'm going to do a pork tenderloin. I did not make that last week, so we have that left over from last week. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my salad together and I'll share that with you. But yes, this week is all going to be about simple, 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 which really should be our motto all the time because we should not make our meals complicated. That's what makes us feel like we're not doing well. You know what I mean? So, okay, let me go ahead and put this all together.
Lightning strikes by my